Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So for today's video, I thought I'd show you how to make this DIY MemoryDex box. That way everyone can get on the MemoryDex train. So let's jump in and have a look. Okay, so I have my MemoryDex and I have been using it. You've seen me make a couple of these little cards. What I don't like about it, and I'm being dead honest here, is that I don't like the roll. I'm sure it will be fine going down as well, so I am going to work on, and I'm sure when I put more in here it will be better as well, but I don't like the sitting up part. And I've been Instagramming again and I've noticed these little boxes that people have been using as like instead of the rolodex thing, so I'm going to make myself one of those. So I've gone ahead and looked through every box I have in my entire house, and the size I kind of wanted to do was about this one, which is a tissue box that I've just cut off the top. So it actually ends up being, I think it's 6 centimeters high, yeah. So that's enough. If I grab out one of my MemoryDex cards, that sits up but is still very well protected. So when I cut it off, I did some sort of alterations to the size of this, and this one's not sticking down particularly well. So it doesn't look quite square at the moment, but I can fix that. So we're gonna do, anyway, I'll fix it up in a sec. So we're going to decorate this as well. Not decorate fully, but at least cover it, because the only thing I don't like is this is a little flimsy. So I'm hoping that when I put some paper around it, that might make it a little bit more sturdy. A little bit of glue, a little bit of paper might help. So to make the actual lines, I guess, that this sits along, I was thinking chopsticks. Couldn't find any chopsticks around me. So what I found instead were these paper straws. I got these at Coles. And I figured this is also pretty good for the environment because they're paper and recycled and stuff. And what I'm going to do is stick these in here. Now you're going to say, but Ash, that's too small, which it is. So what we're going to do to compromise that and to also give it a bit more sturdiness is to add some of this foam board into it. So what we need to do is we need to cut out 3 strips of foam board that are 11 centimeters wide. Just double checking that that's right. We might do 11.5 and just see how that goes. So 11.5, and I can cut off the excess then. So do 2 at 11.5, and then I'll put one on the top, and it needs to be 6 centimeters high. So I'm going to do 6, and then I'm going to do the other one for the 12. So we're actually going to cut out 4 here, and that's okay because it's better to have too many than not enough. The best way to cut foam board in my experience is with a craft knife and then with a mat underneath, so then you can go all the way through. I just find it works a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I also get a nicer edge this way. Not always, because I can feel it pulling, which is kind of annoying me, but that's alright. You can pick foam board up from a number of different places if you haven't used it before. I think I got this one from Kmart. And it's not, if you get it from Kmart, it's not horribly expensive. You can overpay for it though, so just be careful. So I'm just giving that a really good cut. And then we'll flip it over and fix this side. That's a really horrible cut. That's what I'm going to say, but that's alright. We'll use the nice side. We'll use this side up. So I'll get rid of the excess for a sec. And we're going to cut this bit. We've got 4 bits of foam board. They're not exactly the same, but it'll be fine. It will actually still work. So I'm going to stick these together. So I'm just finding the nicest edge. I think it's that one. So I'm just going to grab some glue tape. I'm cheating here by using glue tape. You could use Mod Podge or multi-mat glue, which we will be using eventually. But for now, just so I can get these stuck together quickly, I'm going to cheat. There, those stuck together. So that's going to sit the back. Yep, it's going to be too wide. I thought it might be. So I'm just going to grab my knife and just trim this off just a pinch. And then to make sure that that's the same on this one, I'm just going to do that. So this part here is driving me up the wall. I swear this has been stuck down with bull clips for 3 days and it still won't stick. So I'm hoping when we wrap it all up it will. So the next thing we need to do, we need to stick these two together because I haven't done that yet. So it'll sit with those little inserts in there. That one's still not one. Oh, because that's my bad end. Is it? Yes. They'll sit in like that and we'll glue them in place so they sit up against the edge. And then we'll put the holes in the foam board which will hold these little bits in. So we need to measure out where they need to sit. The easiest way to do that is actually put your MemoryDex card down, grab yourself a pencil and put the little hole in. Now you want these to be smaller than you think they need to be because you need the hole to be tight. You need it to actually sort of squish in there to get you the hole. So then you just need to get your knife. You just need to do a little circle around. So you're just trying to cut through that cardboard more than anything else. Just flip that out. Doesn't matter if it's messy because you won't see this. Then you get your straw. Now these are actually really strong, like really strong. So you just need the foam to be, like just need the hole to be made so that this can actually get pushed in. Once it's in, it's actually going to hold really solid. So I like to put the holes in first and then pull it apart and then you can make the hole on the other side as well. Doesn't need to go deep into this, it just needs to sit comfortably. And if you do bend it while you're doing it, because I just did then, got plenty of other straws so it'll be fine. So then we just need to assemble this together. So there she is, she's pretty solid. Slides in here. Now if it doesn't slide in comfortably, as in it feels a little too tight, we can just push the straws in a little bit more through the foam and that way it'll feel a little bit better. Yeah, we do need to push that a little further. So I'm going to grab that straw that I broke and use that just to push a little harder. I tried this with just one on each end and it wasn't tight enough. So that was why I've gone with the 2 on each end. And then you have your box, which your MemoryDex card just sits in like that. Now that's pretty simple. That's not a complicated thing to do. And it will fit plenty in there. You could do it this way too if you wanted to. If you wanted to put like a skinny way and do 2 across and just do your boards that way. Just to sort of make this a little bit more sturdy and a little bit prettier, I'm actually going to glue all of this together. So that's why I've got my multi-matte medium out and my Mod Podge. I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to use to glue it together. I think I'm going to use this one. And plus this is driving me absolutely crazy. So I'm sort of hoping if I put the solid bit in, then it will have something to stick to. So I'm going to take these off for a sec, put all the glue on the back. You could just use glue tape here. You don't have to use a wet adhesive. I'm just using it because I've got it. And plus I'm kind of deciding if I want to actually wrap this up. I think I do. So I'll put that on first. And we'll squish that in there. And what we will need to do is just grab a bull clip. And that's just going to hold that down while it dries. So it may take a little while to dry. I haven't actually worked out how long it'll take to dry. There we go. It's actually already adhering pretty well there. Now what do you want to do, make sure you do with the next bit is you want to make sure you've got your rods in when you glue this in, otherwise you're going to have trouble getting it back in again. So pull that back out, cover this in glue. Any wet glue will do, by the way. It doesn't have to be matte medium or Mod Podge. If you've got just normal PVA glue, that'll do. Probably putting down too much glue as well, but anyway. So then we put the straws back in the holes. Line them up. Oops. Okay. This does have a little bit of give to it, so you're okay to kind of push till you get in the right spot. Another one of those bull clips. And hold that solid. That already feels better. Like, it doesn't feel great. It's still a little loose on the side if you ask me, but at least it's a little bit better than it was. So while that's sort of holding itself down, I think what I'm going to do is wrap this in brown paper. I love the brown paper look. You guys have seen me use it I don't know how many hundreds of times. And I think that'll sort of help me get over the fact that there's polar bears all over my box at the moment. So we're going to do, this is just a plain roll of brown paper. I think I've had this for like 4 or 5 years. So I'm going to cheat a little here. No, I won't. I won't cheat. I want to go all the way in, or at least to the bottom, so that I can kind of get some of this covered up. I don't think I'll be able to get all of it covered up. Glue tape might just be easier. What do you think, Ryan? Okay. Is it perfect? No, it's not. It's a bit messy. But I kind of like the messiness of it. I like that it's obviously something else. You can obviously decorate this more. You could spray paint the inside. You could put stickers. You could put washi tape. Almost decorate the box as its own little MemoryDex card if you want. But then this is where it's cool. So we'll put the MemoryDex cards in sort of one by one. They slide along there really easily. So I'm just taking them all off. So these are all the ones I've done. I haven't done very many lately. I haven't kind of had a chance, unfortunately. But you sort of get to my point when they're flat as opposed to up on that roller. Number one, I've got a lot here that are blank, so I'm going to sort of just chuck these in. I pre-cut them for myself so that I would be encouraged to use them. Unfortunately, it hasn't quite worked yet. Put them all there and put this one on the front. But there you have it. That's sort of what I'm aiming for here. That paper certainly has made that stronger. It doesn't feel anywhere near as weak. I think it does need something on the bottom, so maybe I'll find a way to spray paint this or something. But this is just really cool. Like, I love the way you can just slide these along. It obviously gives you more room to grow still. I'm not limited by how much is there, but it might mean that these actually stay straight instead of curling, because they're all curling at the moment. But I really like that. That's really simple. It's not complicated. A little bit of washi tape, couple of stickers here and there will certainly help. But at least for now, if you are interested in trying MemoryDex cards, here's a really easy way to store them that isn't particularly complicated. It's not particularly pretty, but it's not particularly complicated, and you can make it using basically stuff you have at home. You can just use a little bit of foam board and some straws are really all you really need. You can use plastic straws if you can't find these ones, but these were at Coles and I will link them down below. They were pretty simple to find. I actually like them better than using the chopsticks. But let me know what you think down below. Give this one a thumbs up if you did like the idea. Let me know if you'd like me to finish decorating this and show you guys the finished product. I could possibly do that. Or if I have enough time, I don't know, maybe in my live video. It's coming up this Wednesday night, 8 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. Come and hang out with me if you can. I'll put on a bunch of reminders and bits and pieces all over Instagram, so make sure you're following me there so you don't forget. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and that way you're also getting the notification from YouTube when I go live, and for all the videos that pop up, just make sure that little bell is ticked. Hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic week, and I will see you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!